I think companies in California and beyond are actually responding to not only what's going on in California, but what's going on globally. They know that it's not just the regulators who care, it's their customers who care. They care deeply about what's in the products that they're buying. In California, we've had a green chemistry initiative that's very broad, looking at the education that happens in chemistry departments and universities. We've also had the Safer Consumer Product regulations, which are asking companies to answer the question, is it necessary? Is it necessary for me to use this toxic chemical? Is there a safer alternative? So both the education efforts and the regulatory efforts are sending signals to the marketplace. And frankly, I am seeing changes already. I'm seeing very heartening signs that companies are paying attention and that they're looking internally at their own practices and more outwardly at their supply chains and trying to find ways, identifying ways of using safer chemicals. So a couple examples. I was recently at a conference put on by the apparel industry. They have their Zero Discharge of Hazardous Chemicals initiative. That's an example where a whole industry is coming together and asking themselves, what are we using? Where are we using it? How can we find alternatives? And not only for the formulators, but let's look deep into the supply chain. So for example, they have a list of restricted substances, but they also have a research list. And that list of chemicals are things they don't have alternatives for, but they want to. So it's their call out to the research world saying, help us reformulate, help us find safer alternatives. So that's an example of an industry trying to tackle this issue. We also have examples in California of small companies, very small companies, proving to the world that they can create safer alternatives that consumers want to buy, and they're not afraid of transparency. So for example, EO, which is a very small cosmetics company, or Method, which makes soaps and consumer products to wash dishes, the whole range, they've just been purchased. But they demonstrate, both EO and Method have demonstrated that you can have complete transparency about your ingredients and still make a profit. So I'm heartened when I see whole industries working together, when I see small companies, medium-sized companies, and big companies like Apple and HP taking on the challenge. In California, we have the whole range of industries and companies rising to the challenge and saying, we can find safer alternatives, we can have transparency, we can have a commitment to green chemistry, still make money, still be leaders in the marketplace, and heal the planet in doing so.